Hey, so this is Kiko Frappe. So this is going to be my first video on the channel, and what I'm going to be doing first is I'm going to be doing a neater version of these drawings that I've done of my flatmates and I. I'm going to be starting off with doing one that is me. And if anybody knows a thing about myself, it's that, of course, I would be a little cat. So, before I start rambling on about things that nobody particularly cares about, I'm just going to get on with this. So I'm using a rather old Wacom tablet to do this. I'm hoping to try to keep with a relatively cartoony, linear style of the game. So, for those who have seen my more standard kind of work, this isn't going to look very much like that. And that's okay. It's good to branch out. So, how's your day been? Did you have a good one today? That's good. Assuming you said that you'd had a good one. There we go. I've got some neatening up to do, but as I'll be doing some shading, I'm not particularly fussed if this isn't perfect. Just get my belly done. There. Brown fur. Okay. Next, I'm going to be doing something a bit lighter. Let's actually make that a bit more creamy looking. There. So this will be your white fur. And there isn't a lot to do for that. So it seems I'm going to need to redo some parts, as I forgot, as you can see in my notes there, that I'm supposed to have little white points. That's okay. I can always use the eraser. Make sure that I have my opacity set so that it's not too harsh when I erase it, so it blends nicely. And then that will look quite lovely. Okay. I'm going to go back and now do details in the face. Get my eyebrows in. There we go. Okay, and now I'll do a line of my mouth. And let's see. Can't say I'm especially keen on how that's turned out. There's nothing wrong with that. Just get the eraser out and give it another go. There we go. That looks a lot better. Now, the next bit for me to do are the eyes. Now, the eyes are always the gateway to anyone's soul. They have windows, so normally you want them to be quite big. And in Animal Crossing, how stylized it is, you can certainly get away with something like that. Now, the biggest problem, as any artist can tell you, is making the other eye match. So, I'm going to be getting rid of the original line work so I can better see what I'm doing as I get these eyes neater. Doesn't that look a lot better already? Now, and I have a little beauty mark there. I have myself a little heart-shaped nose, and I actually have a piercing on my lower lip, which I will be getting to shortly. Let's first get my glasses in. I don't always wear glasses, but besides contact lenses, the only other alternative would be not being able to see, and I rather like being able to see. There. I will then use a different colour to indicate my piercing instead, so it doesn't get mistaken as being a marking. There we go. Now there are other details to work out, such as my tattoos, which I shall make into tabby stripes. And before I do that, what I shall do is get some of the fur colouring there we go. Now I have ears, colour of chocolate milk. Now let's see. Going to fill in my face carefully, as I would need to add my hair shortly. Although I know I could always select an object and then fill an area with a bucket, I prefer, personally, just scribbling. It's such a small area, and sometimes I get confused with my own sketch lines. I'm not sure where a line is supposed to be on occasion, so I prefer to do this. I can actually see where my lines are that way rather than zooming in and trying to make sense of them that way. mistakes I made are not a problem. I can always go back and fix them. And there we have a face almost done. There's still some ways to go. However, it is a start, and one that no one here can complain about. The best advice I can give anyone when it comes to colouring certain parts of the face, never ever use plain white if you can help yourself. Always use an off-white if you can, as just like with black, nothing in real life ever is just plain white. Here we go. Now I can see you. I'm not sorry at all. I would apologise, but it's just not really in my nature. To apologise when I make terrible jokes. So that colour will become my hair colour. I'm going to go slightly darker to do the lines for my hair. There we go. Okay. Now I must remember to keep this as simple as I can. So I will have to simplify my original sketch. It may not necessarily look like much right now. When it's done, it's going to look a lot better. There we go. I'll need to go back and rename all of those layers so that I do not become confused by them. There we go. It is easy for mistakes to happen when you are working on art. So you need to remember to take breaks every now and then. You may feel like it is 5 minutes less time spent working on something. That 5 minutes break allows you to make sure you do not spend 2 hours fixing mistakes you made when you were too tired. There. So the face is pretty much done. I will add in the inside of the ears. Now let's see. Now purple is one of my favourite colours, as is pink. So I will go with this soft shade for now. I can always change this later. There is nothing wrong with me changing my mind. Okay. Now I do seem to be... There we go. Sometimes I have a little problem in my Photoshop with just that happens when I'm using my tablet. And as you probably just saw, there is a very easy fix for it. All I need to do is to just click this little bar here, and then everything will start to go back to normal. After Photoshop, of course, catches up with any actions that I'd attempted whilst it didn't want to work. Okay. Let's get myself on a nice dark grey. And I will just aptly call this particular layer Goth, because what else could I possibly call it? There we go. And what I will do once I've finished these lines is that I'm going to manually darken these shortly. And I do not feel, because it's quite dark. Horizontal lines are the bane of my existence. Now that is done, so let's go to image, adjustments, hue and saturation, and there we go. That's a lot better now, isn't it? There we go. There we go. Doesn't that just pop a little bit more? It is supposed to be a cat on that t-shirt. It's based on one that I own. It's a Killstar crop top. Incredible. A Killstar crop shirt. There we go. nicely, does it? And just like that, the shirt is done. I will be going back over all of these and doing some shading, but that is a job to be done once all of this is accomplished. Oopsie. There, that's the one I wanted to be on. Aren't you surprised I didn't start cussing? Okay. I'm going to circle around that mark there, as that is one of my tattoos. And I will leave that mark there. The X in this instance does not mark the spot, it marks where my belly button is. So I'll go back to that in a moment. Done. There we go. What I may do what do I think may be better? So that is how it will work. There we go. I can always clean up this lines later. So what I feel I may do on this video is only reflect colours. Normally, I like to listen to music as I work. However, I felt on this occasion it may be better if it were just you and I talking. No matter how one-sided it may in fact be on this occasion. So that will be my body almost done. Okay. Of course, I do in fact have a tattoo on my foot as well. So I will go back to that in just a moment. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now let's remind me what was on layer 2. Somehow, naming them more or less the same thing is still less confusing to me. Right, so we don't have much longer to go now. And then this will be an acceptable level for me. This time around I could go for a more desaturated blue on the shirt. I'm going to pop that layer behind all of the other ones. I can just do that without a care in the world. Now, I'm now finding I'm not entirely happy with that one. There we go. Right. I'm going to probably use that shade for the final bit of lines I have to do. Well, almost. There is a cup of coffee to be accounted for, of course. So, I have a habit of wearing grey jeans the vast majority of the time. So here I would be in my grey jeans. Now that went completely wrong, but it's fine. For not only are there rubbers, but there is also Control C. Now there is very little left to be done here before I could then get on to the highlights and all of the other little background options and details I wish to add. There. And now really is going to be one of the last things I do. So, first off, we are going to put the coffee in here. That goes without saying. I mustn't delete the most important layer here. that would be quite a mistake. Now, as one of Brewster's coffee cups, you would expect this cup to feel like it would be quite warm. Okay. Had to make sure I have the right layer after all. Now I have the last bit of cleaning up to do. And as I'd said, I would do this so that I could make it a lot neater. Okay. Now, this obviously isn't finished, but this will be it. I really need to take a break now. And hopefully, I'll be joining you guys again soon. See you on the flip side.